Hey, what's up? This is Tanja Miles, your host of the Tailgate Show. I'm so glad you tuned in today. I'm so excited for what you're about to hear. I guess you guys say that every week. I stay excited. I really do. But thank you so much for listening. And I'm just excited because my friend is here. And I remember the day when she had this vision. And she talked about it. And I could see the compassion and I could see the drive in her eyes. And now, today, she made it happen. So I want to say thank you, Dama. Did I say your name right?
Dina.
Dina! I say it all the time so wrong. Y'all know.
It's okay. We're still friends.
I know it's Dina. It's Dina. And she said, not like, it's Ghawi, like Maui.
Yes.
So remember that. But thank you so much for being here today.
I'm so happy to be here.
So how have you been?
I've been doing great.
So tell me what you've been doing.
So 3 years ago, I started my own business, and I'm focused on leadership development, helping individuals discover their potential and help them get there and even expand it more. So I do it through keynote speeches, leadership training, and executive coaching.
Well, let's take it back a bit. I told you guys earlier that we've met each other before, and I remember a good friend introducing us. And I remember we were at a particular coffee shop, and you were talking about, leaving your job at IBM.
Yes.
And, doing your own thing. So tell me, what did you do at IBM, and tell us how did that transition happen?
Yes. So I started with IBM right after my MBA.
Okay.
And I worked with them in all kinds of different roles around the world. And just something just kept nagging inside of me, wanting me to resign and start my own company, and it was terrifying. It happened a lot after my TEDx, my talk at LSU.
Right.
And it's just when I saw the impact on people, I just realized, so again, the voice was like, you need to resign, and I was terrified. I was making like great income, wonderful benefits, working around the world, and the voice kept nagging for a year and a half to a point. On my 40th birthday, I decided that that's going to be my gift to myself, which is quit my job.
Wow. I mean, that takes a lot of guts. I mean, nobody just don't up and quit a job and say, you know what, I'm going to start my own business. I mean, you have a great job. You have a great job there with a great role.
Yes.
So how was that? Was it scary?
It was very scary. What happened was, yes, I had a great role, great job, but then I know that there's a higher purpose, something that wants me to do to do work beyond IBM, beyond the corporate world. And it's just a matter of trusting that voice. It is so scary. But the thing is, I didn't trust it. I just kept ignoring it. And first, it got louder, the vision. But then my work started becoming miserable. And I think it's God wanted me to really quit.
No doubt.
So my boss, who I loved, he was the general manager. He retired, and the person who took over made my life miserable. And every day I'm like, I'm just going to keep doing it. But then I got to a point I couldn't. So I think God wanted me. It's like a divine purpose.
Yeah.
God wanted me to leave, and I have no regret. Like for 3 years now, I have no regret. I love it.
So, Dina, your background is in business?
Yes.
Okay.
So I have an MBA, Master's in Business, in Supply Chain Management and E-commerce.
What is that?
Yeah. That is from the end to end. So a lot of my work with IBM was in supply chain management. What that means really is like operations, procurement, working with customers, making sure like getting from raw materials to the final product to recycling the product. It's like the whole chain. Okay. Not fun at all. And I don't know why I specialized in this. But then the last few years I was doing a lot of leadership development within IBM. With teams globally. And I realized the more I was doing it, the more I felt excited, energized, and I wanted to do more and more. So when the job in Baton Rouge was open for a talent manager, I applied, and it was just so perfect. It were the real perfect skills for me at that time. I loved it so much I quit.
Wow, that's too funny. Well, do you think your background working in IBM kind of help you, be your own boss and maybe, know how to run this, great organization that you're doing now?
Yes, for multiple. Where in terms of the talent, absolutely. Because when I joined IBM, I was in a very selective group. Just they hired 8 people to be the future leaders. They do it every year.
Oh wow!
So I went through amazing training, wonderful coaching. So in terms of the talent and the skills, I got it, and I was managing global teams. So it's not like I'm talking theories when I'm teaching. I have actual facts. I know a lot of people do training and they don't even have the business background, and I'm always surprised. So I got that. But then the other part is the discipline. Like working for IBM was not easy. You just, I always remember, if you're on time for a meeting, that means you're late. You have to be 5 minutes early.
Oh wow!
Working early in the morning, working late at night, working on the weekend. Somehow I got used to that. It's just like very strict. It's like being in the army. That's how it felt like. And it's part of me now. And I think that's part of why I'm doing well, because I'm not letting anything stand in my way. I just keep working and working and getting work done.
Wow. Well, something she said earlier that I want to talk about, and you did a TEDx talk.
Yes.
How cool was that?
It was very cool, and I did 3 of them.
Oh my God! 3?
Yes.
I mean, some people just wanted to get one.
Yes. So the first one was at LSU, and that was the first time ever that I talk about my story. I have an interesting story that
we're going to get into that.
I always kept it hidden because I wasn't comfortable with my story. I had a lot of shame related to it, which I don't know why, but I did. And then that was the first time ever that I get on the stage and I talk about it. So then the second one, I did it. It was in where is it? In a college, very close. And then the third one was I was asked to give a talk in Jordan.
Oh wow!
And I can't go to Jordan. I have family challenges and death threats and all kinds of stuff. So we did it over Skype.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell everybody what a TED Talk is.
So a TED Talk, it stands for Technology, Engineering, and Design. That is what the acronym stands for.
See, I did not know that. I
Oh,
thought
here
it was
you
somebody's name.
And it's usually about 15 minutes. It's called Ideas Worth Spreading. So you're supposed to go there and you have to share one idea that you believe people need to know. And the idea could be about engineering or something related to technology. In my situation, it was very motivational. It's based on my story and self-discovery. So short talks. And I love them because you're listening to a talk and you're learning something every time. And you have people from all around the world giving these talks. So you get connected with various messages.
Right. That's pretty cool. I mean, like I said, a lot of people would be honored to be asked to, do a TED Talk. But the fact that you actually did it, speaks volumes about who you are. I'm just, amazed. And we're going to get into your story in a little bit. But, just how, gifted and smart you are and how, like, everything that you've been through has prepared you for such a time as this.
Yes.
So now you're using all that experience and all of that compassion now to help other women.
And surprisingly men.
Okay.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah,
okay.
I initially, my business started with focusing on women in business.
I remember that.
And now I'm having coaching clients that are men, and when I'm hearing their stories and their challenges, I'm like, oh my goodness, that is like, there's so much we can do to help empower men, to empower women, to empower men again, and empower our society.
Right.
So this is a new thing, and I love it.
Well, that's good. So did you always want to be a motivational speaker?
No. I was raised having no voice, no identity, nothing. And it just happened. It's amazing how it happened. It happened where, again, my intuition, which I'm so thankful to God for my intuition, it makes me do some interesting stuff.
Yeah.
So my intuition kept wanting me to give talks. But I was terrified of public speaking.
Really?
Like, terrified, like crying for weeks terrified.
No, I can't believe that.
Oh, yeah. You should talk to my coaches,
Uh-huh.
my poor coaches. So, but something inside of me wanting to do it. So even though it was so hard, even though it was so painful, and I didn't know in many times how to do it, but I did it anyways. And I would go to high school, speak to little kids and about business topics. And I would volunteer at universities to go talk in classes that are related to business. And the more I did it, even though it was just so hard and challenging for me, but something I would feel such a joy afterwards. And it became addictive where I wanted more and more of it. So my first big talk was in Dubai. in
oh wow,
yes,
that's
it was
pretty cool.
in a women conference. And it just happened. I just submitted an application to attend it, you know, like registered. And they reached out and they said, would you like to be our keynote speaker?
Really?
I'm like, sure. I had no clue. So I remember on the way to the conference, I was praying the entire time that the taxi that I was riding in would get in a crash. A car accident.
You are too funny.
So I would be horribly injured, and I wouldn't have a reason not to get there. But God didn't listen to my prayer.
Yeah, thank God He didn't.
But then after that, the year after was the TEDx, the first one, and my life was never the same. Personally, like my confidence and my awareness that this is my path, it was for the first time I realized that. But also hearing the input from people, women and men from around the world. I had men send me messages on LinkedIn from India and other countries telling me that they were crying when they were watching it, because I was talking about limitations, shattering these limitations, and we all have them, and we all have to shatter them in order to discover who we are.
That's right, and move to the next level like you did. And not only did she move to the next level, not only she's a great speaker, but she wrote this great book, and we're going to talk about it a little bit more, but we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. Dina has so much more she wants to share, and you need to hear it. So we'll be right back to the tailgate.
Do we stop the video and keep it rolling?